Today is Thursday. It's the 23rd of the month of January 2014. Thank you for being with us. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Bess. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
That was a pause for effect.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. You know, I've seen somebody else do that.
And you liked it?
Not really. I just thought I'd try it. You know.
We always have to try new things,
Sure,
right?
we always have to try new things. Today is the 23rd of the month. We've got a great program lined up for you today. I hope you're able to stay with us throughout the entire program.
That's right.
And you know, just to mention, this show repeats itself throughout the morning, throughout the day. Again, we'll be back with you at 12:30, and it'll sound just like what we're doing right now.
Amazingly.
Amazing. And then again at 5:30, and then again during the evening hours. So join us, and if you can't hear the whole program right now, you can join us later on, okay?
That's right.
All right, the 23rd of the month. Let's see. I have a couple of birthdays I'd like to mention.
Please do.
Talented actor by the name of Gil Gerard, born this day in 1943, makes him 71. He was on TV's Buck Rogers in the 25th Century.
Oh, wow.
Kind of a remake of an old program that goes way back when, but he did a lot of other stuff as well. He's 71. Rutger Hauer is having a birthday, very talented actor, age 70 today. Anita Pointer is 66, one of the Pointer Sisters.
Wow.
Love those ladies.
66?
66. Saw them in concert. They were doing a tour with Lionel Richie.
Oh, wow. He's one of my favorites.
Yes, mine too. But they were just so talented. One of them passed away. I think it was Ruth passed away a few years ago. But Anita is having a birthday today. A birthday also for Richard Dean Anderson. You know him better as MacGyver.
Oh, yes.
R.D. having a birthday, born in 1950. He makes him 64 years today. Can you believe that? He's on something else, too. One of these science fiction TV programs. Stargate. That's it. Yeah, he's on Stargate-1, SG-1. A birthday for Princess Caroline of Monaco. She is 57 today. Her mother, of course, Princess Grace.
Yes.
Grace Kelly. What a lovely lady.
Absolutely.
Yes, and, of course, Prince Rainier. What a lovely lady. I mean, Anyway, a birthday. A lot of people don't know the name Gail O'Grady. But I remember Gail O'Grady when she was on NYPD. She played the receptionist at NYPD Blue. She had all this hair. Pretty blonde lady. Had all this hair, all puffed up and everything. But she is 51 years today. She's also done Boston Legal. And she's been on Monk. She's been on all this. Very talented, very pretty. She's 51 today. And a birthday today for Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, yes.
She is also a lovely lady. She turns 40 today. Beverly Hills 90210, Saved by the Bell, Son-in-Law, and now White Collar. She is on as well.
Wow, well, happy birthday to all of these.
All those folks have some popular names.
Well, tonight at the Arts Council is open mic night.
Oh, really? What does that mean?
Open mic night. It's a night where you can join the partnership. You can join the Arts Council on every second and fourth Thursday of the month and share your talent of music and spoken word. You're up on a stage. There's a mic. You have your few minutes of fame that you get to stand up there, sing, play your instrument, or recite something. But it's an open mic. And they love for people all around the community to come and have their few minutes and really showcase your talent, whatever it may be.
There you go.
Every second and fourth Thursday of the month at the Arts Council of Wayne County. And that's tonight.
So
7 o'clock.
Stand-up comedian?
I'm sure they can.
Hey, if
it's an
you
open
do stand
mic.
up, there you go. It's an open mic night.
That's right, 7 to 9.
So if you think you have talent, or if you don't know whether or not you have talent, or
it's a good way to test it out, isn't it?
Or you don't care one way or the other.
And just want to try.
Just want to try and go have a good time.
That's right.
Okay? Wow,
for all those budding performers, it's the perfect platform for them to go and actually showcase what they have.
That's right. And when you think about it, funny, the stand-up comics, Jerry Seinfeld, Sinbad, all those people, Cosby, they didn't just get started being famous like that.
They did things just like this.
They did things just like this. So
That's
there
right.
you go.
That's right.
All right, today the 23rd, right? Oh, wow. Speaking of funny TV shows, Barney Miller premiered this day in 1975. 12th Precinct is with Hal Linden starring as Barney Miller.
I remember that.
And Jack Sue and Abe Vigoda as Fish and Max Gale. Those were just
funny to me how you remember all their names.
Well, it just comes to me after a while. I don't know why.
You're good at that.
Anyway, it was 170 episodes in the series, and it was just great. It was a funny show. Carole King's landmark album Tapestry It became the longest running album to hit the charts on this day in 1977. Yeah, Tapestry, just wonderful. Of course, after that, Carole King retired and went to work for the Wayne County Health Department.
I hear you.
Changed her name to Carolyn.
And then she changed her name to Carolyn King. Anyway, the 18 debuted this day, 1983. There you go.
Wow.
All right.
All right, let's go to our interviews. I believe we have Jose Martinez, who is with the Goldsboro City not Parks and Recreation. I've said it all day long. Public Works. Public Works, and then there's others, so stay with us. Joining me today is Director of Public Works with the City of Goldsboro, Jose Martinez. Welcome to the show, Jose.
Well, thank you very much.
Public Works is always busy, and you're very visible out in our community.
Yes, ma'am.
And you all have been working diligently on a new project. Can you tell us a little more about this project?
Absolutely. It's the Controlled Access Fencing Monument Project. It was something that we brought to the City Council about 2 months back, maybe a little bit more. And what it was if you drive along Highway 70, you see the chain link fence on either side. And when I first came to the city, of course, I came in the 70 to interview, and that's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, because you were coming from out of state. Mm-hmm. So you pull into Goldsboro, and those of us that live here may or may not notice it because we've seen it for years. We're just accustomed to driving by it.
Absolutely. A lot of people I've talked to said I grew up with it, and I don't even see them anymore. I see right through them. I said, well, that may be the case, but visitors do see it. So one of my ideas was to get up with NCDOT, because that's an NCDOT road, and say, can we do something about them? And
now, NCDOT, by the way, is North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Yes. So I talked with them, and they said, yeah, there's something you can do. It would be a sort of new project. So what we did was we took away the fence and put back a monument. And monument's just a concrete 6-inch by 6-inch square post, about 4 or 3 feet tall. And we put them in the ground, so only a foot's showing. But we're allowed to do that, and the object of the monuments is just so the DOT can maintain access. That is, if a citizen or a business wants to put a driveway from one of the side roads to the main roads, NCDOT can say, no, this is a controlled access area.
So that's what controlled access means.
Right.
They keep control of the access.
Absolutely.
Makes
Terminology
sense
makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense.
But a lot of people had questions about, will it stop a car? No, it will not stop a car, but the fencing now doesn't stop a car.
And the fence was not there with the intent
Correct.
to stop traffic,
Correct.
or to stop cars necessarily.
Correct. The fencing was there just for controlled access. So we brought this to the council, and we brought a section from Highway 70 from William Street to Wayne Memorial and said, can we do this as a pilot? See how it looks, see what our response is. And we finished the pilot section. And the good news is we brought it back, and we actually got to recycle the metal in the fence. Mm-hmm. So the money we made from recycling the metal paid for all the materials for doing the work. So
nice.
it was really nice. It's a break-even point just for the materials.
Right.
But we went back to the city council, and we've received a lot of positive remarks from it.
I'm sure. Well, let's give them an idea of exactly where the pilot program has actually taken place, so people can visualize and then drive down the road and see that the fence is missing.
And that's the best part of it. If you're driving along Highway 70 between William Street and Wayne Memorial, you're not going to notice anything. These monuments are only a foot tall, and there's a lot of grass, and there's a berm right beside it. So unless you're looking for them, you're never going to see them. And that was the intent. We don't want people to notice anything. We don't want to take away from the beauty of Goldsboro.
We want you just to notice the fence is gone.
That's it.
And now it looks fantastic.
So, but if you go further east, you'll see the fence up, because that's going to be our phase 2. So we did take it to City Council, and City Council approved it for the rest of the road. Now, there are a couple exceptions. The exceptions are that there has to be a road on both sides of the fence.
To take the fence down.
Correct. So if there's an area where there's a Highway 70 fence and then no road, we can't take that fence down. And then there's also some issues where there's a highway, fence, road, and then resident houses. So we thought about keeping those up just for the fact that safety reasons. We don't want kids playing in the front yards and then a ball going across or something like that.
Right, right.
So besides those two exceptions, the rest of Highway 70 should have those monuments in place, and you shouldn't notice a thing.
So be watching for that coming up soon. You should see now that one portion is completely gone. It looks gorgeous. It's opened back up to the beauty of Goldsboro, and you should be able to continue to see the fence being taken down further down 70 as the months go forward.
Absolutely. This is going to be the fill-in-the-blank kind of work. So this is not one of the main priorities. It's a beautification project. So it's just when time allows, when we have some downtime, which we never do, but when we can find some downtime, we're going to go out there and we're going to start pulling up some more fence.
Wonderful. Well, Jose, you've done several very unique things since you've been here, and this is one of them, and we're very happy about that. But tell us about you're very big on, and you're a very big believer in motivating your staff to want to do more, be better, be the best they can be. Tell me about one of your motivational type things that you're doing within Public Works.
That's absolutely correct. Public Works, I feel, is one of the best departments we have. The guys there really, they hit the streets every day. They're the face of the public. When you see people, you usually see the sanitation workers, the people out there doing the work. They're just phenomenal workers. But I was trying to think of a way, so how do we show that?
Sort of pat them on the back.
Absolutely, and I came up with an idea, and I called it, of course, from my NC State backgrounds, I called it Leader of the Pack.
Of course.
And this has been going on for about 6 months now. And what it is a program where if any of my workers, any sanitation, any public workers across the board, if they receive any unsolicited compliments.
Unsolicited being the key word.
Yeah, so someone can't do something and say, well, if I did a good job, please call my boss.
Right.
But I've received a lot of emails and a lot of calls. People just came, and every now and then someone will come in and just say, I just want to let you know that so-and-so did this, and they did a phenomenal job. And this is both citizens and other department heads, too, because we do a lot of we have a lot of internal customers. And when that happens, I give them a certificate, which is no cost to the city at all, but I do a public presentation for it, and then once a quarter, we donate prizes. Or give prizes and drawings, and the prizes are donated, like a round of golf from the golf course, which is of course City of Goldsboro, the Paramount Theater, which is of course City of Goldsboro. They give some tickets away, and I gave them a parking spot right beside the director's parking spot, so
That's
for
a big
once
deal.
a quarter. So there are a lot of small things, but it's something nice to
They make
have.
you feel special.
And it's nice because that terminology has entered Public Works everyday vocabulary. And someone will come by and say, hey, sir, so-and-so did this, that's Leader of Pack material right there, and smile and walk away. So I know it's taking
working.
hold.
It's
Absolutely.
working.
And I'm enjoying it, and I know the guys are receiving it very well.
That sounds great. So you heard it here. If you see any of our Public Works employees out doing something great that you think they deserve a pat on the back, give Jose a call or email. You can find all that information on goldsboronc.gov. Just look under Public Works and you can find the contact information. And Jose Martinez, the director, would be glad to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Jose, for always coming on and giving us some updates on what's happening with Public Works.
No problem. I appreciate the invitation.
Thank you, and that's what's happening with the City of Goldsboro.
Today we're talking with Vic Miller. Vic is the chairman of the Veterans Helping Veterans of Wayne County. And sir, it is always good to see you.
It is a pleasure. Thank you.
Vic is a retired Marine, and first of all, I want to thank you for your service. Tell me about your Marine career.
I did 20 plus years. I was an infantry Marine. I did a lot of different things, actually. I deployed a lot. Did a lot of fun things. Traveled a lot. And just basically.
And that's about it.
That's about it.
20 years right there.
20 plus years,
All
yes.
right.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
again, and I know you can't tell us everything, but I appreciate, again, thank you very much for your service. And
Thank
of course, we enjoy the presence of a wonderful military installation here in Wayne County, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.
Yes.
We love the base. We appreciate those folks out there, and we thank them all for the service to our nation. Indeed, we do. In fact, here in North Carolina, we've got a lot of military bases.
Yes, we do, actually. It's actually one of the probably the bigger military states that we have.
I think we are. And,
Next to California. It's,
yeah.
So you got Fort Bragg, you got Camp Lejeune, you got Cherry Point, you got New River Air Station.
Exactly.
You got Pope Air Force Base. It's amazing.
It is.
So,
it is. And I hope we didn't leave anyone out, but that's pretty much
absolutely.
it. And
No, yeah.
we're quite active here.
Yes,
quite
sir.
active, and glad we are. Tell me about you're the chairman of Veterans Helping Veterans. What is that?
Yeah, I am the chairman of the Wayne County Veteran Services Advisory Board, and what we do is we work directly with the Wayne County Commissioners, and it's a group that we just formed newly in Wayne County this past year. So we're just getting off the ground. It's kind of funny. I had lunch with Bill Pate yesterday, and we kind of joked about it, but we're learning a lot. It's a steep learning curve, and I'm so wet behind the ears because I retired a year and a half ago, and when they asked me to be part of this board, and I warned them, and I says I'm gonna ask a lot of questions, and because I don't know, and I'm not the resident expert. But what I do know, and I think the reason why I'm on this board is because I'm passionate about it, and I'm definitely passionate about the fact that there's a lot of veterans out there that need help.
A lot of veterans out there indeed do need help, and unless you're a veteran, I don't think you really understand what a veteran may be going through when they return from a deployment or when they separate from service. There's just a lot that goes on with people in those circumstances and in those situations.
And you know, there absolutely is. And with all the budget cuts that we're having in today's day, the Marine Corps alone, I'm just going to speak specifically about the Marine Corps because that's what I can speak about intelligently. The Marine Corps is shrinking down to about approximately 174,000 Marines, coming from a strength of, it was plus 200,000 plus. So that's a lot of Marines, and I'm just going to say this, a lot of Marines, soldiers, sailors, and airmen that are joining the civilian workforce. And in today's economy with the unemployment rate is where it is, it's not looking too bright. And that's what I'm here to help. And that's what guys like myself, I'd like to say, guys like myself are so passionate about helping that transition phase because the military is a way of life. A lot of people love it. And the reason why I stayed in so long is because I kept doing fun stuff. You know, and it cracks me up, and everybody's, you know, it's always nice to be appreciated. Everybody likes to be appreciated. But, and I'm just going to say, and I'm going to jump into this here in a second, a good friend of mine, Robert Blanton, and I were on an airplane about 3 years ago. And we're about ready to do a military free fall. And he and I looked at each other and we just kind of smiled and said, you know what, I can't believe I get paid to do this. And I'm not saying everybody has an opportunity or an experience like that, but it's just one of the many experiences that you as a veteran can pull from. There's got to be a point in your career where you look at each other like, and you got to laugh. And it's, I get paid to do this. And so we have such a good time. And it's like, I want to deploy. And you know, General Hagee said during the start of the Iraq War, General Hagee was a commandant of the Marine Corps at the time, and he said there's two types of Marines, those in Iraq and those who want to be in Iraq. Because the warriors inside of us, inside the Marines in the Marine Corps, and it's not just, it's throughout the military alone, but just within the Marine Corps alone, the Marine wants, from day one, the second we step on the yellow footprints at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot, either be in Parris Island or San Diego or at the Officer Candidate School up in Quantico, Virginia, the day that we step on those footprints and the day we start our career as a Marine, you're taught from day one to be a warrior. So it's kind of like, and a lot of people used to ask me, why do you want to go to Iraq? Why do you want to go to Afghanistan so much? And I said, well, it's kind of like, and I put it in a term where a lot of civilians can understand. And for those of you out there watching, it's imagine this. Imagine your mom and dad bringing all your brothers and sisters to Disneyland or Disney World and leaving you at home. Imagine that feeling you have in your heart. You feel like you're kind of left out. And I say that jokingly because, you know, and I say that with all the love in my heart because, but there's a lot of people that don't want to do that. And I understand. It's one of the greatest things about where we live. And I believe in of your own choice. And that's why we do what we do, is because we protect that freedom of doing what we want to do and expressing the feelings we want to express.
That's what makes America great.
Exactly. And that's why we're the greatest country, and that's why we will persevere. No matter what we might think, if you're Democrat, Republican, left, right, liberal, we're going to persevere because we believe, that's, as long as we strongly believe in that, I believe that we're going to recover from anything.
Folks, I'm going home and I'm going to turn it over to Vic here.
No, well, I appreciate it, and I said I was going to bring this up, and I told my friend, he's a Marine, he's still on active duty, Master Sergeant Robert Blanton out in Southern California, Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton, and he and I've been talking about it, and he's doing, him and two other Marines, or one of them is a retired, medically retired EOD Marine, and I don't know, and not quite sure who the third party is, but he's a co-founder of warfightermade.org, and what it is, warfightermade.org is a nonprofit organization that rebuilds cars, automobiles, motorcycles for those wounded warriors out there. And what that is, and I'm going to quote him because I told him if I'd quote him, and if I will, he said they want to build the coolest car in the handicap spot. And I have to laugh when I say that because you think about it. You know, it's, and not only are your injuries that you could see, there's a lot of rebuilding mentally and emotionally when you get home, and that's it. Just, you know, we could sit here and talk till the cows come home about that. But we're gonna. I just want to, you know, when you're riding in a vehicle, and guys, girls, whoever, there's nothing better than driving down the street in a car and having people look over to you, to the left or to your right, and thinking to themselves, wow, that is a nice automobile.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why I'm saying it, because what they're doing is they're starting off in the Southwest, and what they want to do is they want to expand to all 50 states. And they want to go out there and reach. And I say that because, like we said earlier, North Carolina has, with Fort Bragg, Pope, Camp Lejeune, Cherry Point, we have a lot of veterans coming home, whether they're wounded on the outside or on the inside. They need help, and that's what we're out here
We
doing.
also have a lot of people who are separated or retired who were in the Navy, and we don't have, of course, we don't have a naval base here, but there's a lot of retired Navy people here in Wayne County.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and believe it or not,
And
there's
Coast Guard as well.
Well, you know, they have right up the street up in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
And Virginia Beach, we got the naval base up there.
That's
And we
right.
got Chesapeake, you know. But plus we got the Naval Hospital, and we got a lot of corpsmen. Now, I got to give a shout out for the Navy corpsmen out there, because they are our brothers. You know, because they're the ones that are out there. Not only do they have to know how to shoot, not only do they have to move, not only do they not know how to communicate, they got to be able to take care of that wounded Marine, and if not, take care of themselves under intense enemy fire.
Yeah.
And so I got to throw it out there, because I have a lot of good friends of mine that are Navy corpsmen.
Yeah.
So
There you go. All right. Well, Vic, one more time, that is warfightermade.org.
yes,
warfightermade.org. It's all spelled out just like it sounds. warfightermade.org, and you can contact Robert Blanton through that email.
yes,
through
I
that,
believe,
website.
or one of the other co-founders.
Or
yeah,
one of the
just-
other co-founders.
And they're always looking for donations, because as we know, as everything else, as a nonprofit, you know, cars just don't rebuild themselves.
No.
In a perfect world, we wish we could, but you know, I've looked it up. It's a great, and it shows some of the projects that they're working on, some of the projects that they've already done, and you'd be amazed. And I'm glad I got it out. Thank you.
If any of the veterans or any of the veterans' family members, or if you just you want to know yourself, if you're not a family member or you're not a veteran, you still want to find out more about this project or any other projects or anything to do with the military, you can contact Sean Moore over at the Veterans Services Office here at 2001 East Ash Street in Goldsboro, or they can also contact the VA clinic.
Yes, if they go into the VA clinic, which is right off of Wayne Memorial, across Wayne Memorial from the hospital,
Right.
You can go in there. They can ask for myself. They'll either have my business card or they'll contact me, and then I'll get a hold of you. And I promise within a few days, it might not be within the next day, but within a 24 to 48 period, I will get a hold of you.
Well, you're a busy guy. You do some traveling as well.
You try to, you know. My wife is at Seymour Johnson, and you know,
She's active.
She's active duty, and so it keeps me in contact with a lot of the base here.
All right.
So,
Well, Vic, we are out of time, buddy, and
thank you.
this has been great. A lot of information. The time has gone quickly, so I'll have to ask you to come back and we'll do this again.
absolutely, it's been an absolute pleasure.
And you can tell the man has passion about what he's doing. His
Thank
name is Vic Miller. He is the chairman of Veterans Helping Veterans here in Wayne County. And again, you can contact Vic through Sean Moore's office, the Veterans Services Office at 2001 East Ash, or through the VA clinic here in Goldsboro. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Did you lose yours? Okay, I'll tell you about something else. Have you thought about sending your child to a young chef class and learning to cook?
Whoa!
Well, how about that? We're having one right here at the Arts Council in honor of their food exhibit that they have up. Rhonda Posey, who is the owner of All About the Party Catering, will be bringing out your child's inner chef with her class she's offering. It's going to be offered soon, Saturday, February the 8th, from 2 until 4. It'll be right there in their main gallery. This is for children ages 5 to 12. The cost is $50, but they're going to have a lot of supplies that'll be included in that. Kids are going to make their own gourmet pizza. And while the pizza is cooking, they're going to put together a beautiful cookie and candy Valentine bouquet to take home for Valentine's. Yes. Space is limited, so go ahead and call them at 736-3300 to get registered. Payment is due at time of registration. You can also register online at artsinwayne.org. Just look under their workshops and you'll find the details. But that's a young chef class. That's pretty neat.
I think that is
and
great.
it's a great way to get young children into cooking and seeing what it's all about.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering that. That's
And, you
real
know,
creative.
Youngsters who get involved with programs like that stick with it.
Oh, absolutely.
As they get older, they enjoy it that much more when
And
they
that's
start
what's
young.
so important, is
That
enjoying it and
that's
having a
exactly
fun
right.
experience. Yeah, young chef class, pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. I think it's neat. You play checkers?
I did as a child. I haven't in a while.
You play dominoes?
Yes, absolutely.
Really? How about that?
Not a lot, but a little bit.
The senior center has checkers and dominoes for seniors. You have a ways to go
Sorry,
yet before
yeah.
you get there. Yeah, the games will be out on Tuesday afternoons. All you have to do if you're a senior 60 years and older, just go 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock and enjoy your checkers and or dominoes. And that all starts during this month, during the month of January. So they've already started that from 1 to 4 in the afternoon on Tuesdays.
Speaking of games, over the Christmas holidays, my family and I played this game that I had never played before. I had played something very similar, charades,
Yeah.
things like that. But there's a new game that times you, and it is so much fun. It's called Gestures. Not gestures, but like you're guessing, gestures.
Gestures. How do you play?
It was so much fun. You have a little board, and you have 4 cards that you have to put down into the top of it.
Yeah.
You have a partner. As you are describing by motion only what is written on this card, if the person guesses it within, I think you only have 10 seconds. If your partner guesses it, you pull that card out and you go on to the next. You have 4 cards to describe in a short length of time.
I think you and Wayne should play on it.
Yes, we should play that on air. I need to get the game myself because
Oh,
I
I'm
played
not
it
very
down
good at-
in Florida with my brother's
Oh,
family.
really?
But it
Okay.
is so much fun. And you
Really?
can, like, my brother ran around the house to go get, you can use props, but no words. So he would, when his time started, would run to go get a spoon or whatever to be able to describe part of what is on that little card. But you can't say a word. You can only use gestures and props.
And you guess.
And you guess what it is with your partner, and you try to get all 4 in a very short period of time.
Was it easier to guess or easier to do it?
Our producer asked if it was easier to guess or easier to be the
For
guesser.
me, it was easier to be the one who sort of describes various things.
Oh, okay.
It was much harder for me to figure out what my partner was saying.
That's because you're an animated person.
And everybody likes something different.
Yeah, I
Like
guess
my
so.
partner, when she was young, she's my niece, she very much liked to be the one guessing. She says a lot of times we as adults overthink things. I thought, oh my gosh, you're exactly right.
Oh yeah.
And we do, we overthink. One of the things was like the heel of your foot. Well, she very simply just pointed to the heel of the foot. Well, I probably wouldn't have thought about that. They just say we as adults overthink everything.
I would have thought, hey, I stepped on a bug.
There you
Is
go.
that overthinking?
I'm assuming so.
I wonder why. I wonder.
So we'll play that sometime soon. But
Let's
it's
do
called Gestures.
Okay, we'll just do that.
Yep.
Sounds good. In the meantime, guess what we're doing right now?
I think we're ending the show.
Oh, bye-bye. We'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow being whatever day comes after today, which is whatever day comes before tomorrow. And this is what we're going to do again tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how about that? Tomorrow being Friday, we'll be right here. Hope you're right there. So join us then. Until then, my name is Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening here in your community.
Woo.